Good day. I am the legate of the
Of course. Our allies from the continent are all...
Could you tell me what your...
We must return. We have in this...
Have you heard about the
I didn't. We offer...
In exchange...
Of course.
To chase... You...
On occasion, yes.
You seem to assert that the attacks of these whereas these are creatures...
These are familiar. These creatures... Sending them... There is only one way to truly make these attacks cease, my child. Convert.
The Donegad...
And you to leave would be to abandon the simplistic souls of all those that follow him, ceding victory to the demons. No.
The Donegad wishes your departure. You disturb the...
And you expect us to leave? No.
The Donegad...
And to leave? No.
I must go. We are going to need to find some leverage if we want to force these missionaries to leave. Perhaps searching through their belongings will give us something we can use to put pressure on them. We are near water. In the place the fisherman's brother mentioned. A nest must be close to here. The hunter told me that I would find a nest in this area. I must kill the dominant before destroying the nest. The nest is destroyed. The Master Hunter will no doubt be relieved to hear it. basket full of berries and a trap full of fish. All of it scattered and half eaten by beasts. Our 2 lost souls were here together. They must have been attacked, or they wouldn't have left their takings. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find their trail. That cavern seems to be home to some creatures. Let's be wary. It could very well be the lair of that great tenland the hunter spoke of. Devoured alive. What a tragic fate. Let's return to the village. Their families need to be informed. I cannot believe that these missionaries used such a ruse to achieve their goals. 2 youths died because of them.
Now you understand why some of us fight against the Renaigse. Their words are always sweet, but all they bring is death.
Well, Onol Manawi, have you found my brother?
I found...
He knew everything.
He had... they must have. I found both.
Oh, I must...
With the body. But it is a...
I have a duty.
I must believe...
Do you have any news? Do you know where my sister is?
Yes.
Oh no.
I found her.
But how?
She went... I'm so sorry.
I must be...
You should not...
I should follow...
I must leave now. One more thing.
Yes?
I fought against a great number of Tenlans. One that was quite... Its mere presence seemed to aggravate the other.
A beast sent by the...
Stop taking... I have only one...
We shall be...
Perhaps you should... The nests are destroyed. And with the death of the White Tenlan, the attacks should cease. We were even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katasak should be willing to follow us now. Let us go and find him.
I've heard stories of your... It's unusual for us to be... It seems... How can I help?
I have to go.
Qua awelems. I can...
Indeed, the attacks, as for that they were not...
And so
they brought...
This...
In the end, will you
I
accompany...
have packed...
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze, consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You flutter in just when you're needed, cousin. As always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief.
Let me present Katasak, Constantin. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Urnaikse, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. Neither sign surgeon nor mage doctor could do a damn thing to alleviate my pain. I give you my last ounce of hope. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention.
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
I'm looking to meet Enon Milfrictiman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and...
Thank you, Katasak.
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever. I must go.
What?
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladne, daughter of...
All here remember. And a vorscht tear. But you are not yet Mar. I am sorry.
I beg your pardon.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasa.
And so you are a trusted friend of... Enter.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. His trust in you makes me stop and look at.
I seek a remedy. My cousin and we think that Enon Milfric...
Really? And
he told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you.
Judge your intention. But even if I should do this, for the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial...
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see.
And I suppose this cavern...
That is true. But the simplest solution... I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit. Go now. Show us your true face.
I must leave.
Qua awelam said.
You have spoken to Glendan, Azul.
Nothing else, thank you.
Good luck.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial?
My mother passed it during the last election.
Did she tell you about it?
A little. But it is a secret trial. It is important. I know that you must choose your path. Combat is not necessarily the best response. Even if it allows... If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it.
Look, these beasts are feeding on that carcass.
I need a bit of practice.
Watch out, Anadai!
Look at the basin and the symbols around it. Given the islanders' taste for rituals and enigmas, I think you should touch the water.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin.
Yes. Exactly like the lightning's.
Tell us. Vision.
I was in the sky. I was high. I fell to and suddenly, then, just... On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps this stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it is supposed to evoke death. This stone is adorned with the etching of a... Here. This looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice. This drawing looks like an infant. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. I need a bit of practice. I need a bit of practice. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mir Frichtemann.
Per Tirtumado.
And so you have returned. Can you...
A face in...
Then you have seen the... You have in the second room. You have awoken the Dosentats to better best them. Finally, you have completed the ritual. You choose the island.
Am I authorized?
If the only...
I suppose that...
I do
Is he hiding?
He disappeared. There was death.
My
Yes.
and divorced.
Dead.
I have already...
That's... It is he.
Very well.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then, all of a sudden, one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of...
Why didn't you go and look?
What?
I'm still hurt, that's a quick... My cousin was quite...
His Highness, I mean to show no disrespect. I wasn't pretty. Your cousin...
That sounds like...
I am...
Dismissed, Sol.
Thank you, Millet.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
Someone or something attacked and tore everything to shreds. This seems all too familiar.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here. The tents are lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and animals were amongst the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of the presence of Constantine or Katasak. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going. But there are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? A crater Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place, perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight, but a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? So many explosive potions. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak. These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense. These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
No colonist understands how to control the fauna of this island. Whereas for the native wise men...
You believe that Katasak could have orchestrated this attack?
Who else? You know all too well that with your cousin a hostage, you would be obliged to cede to the demands of the natives.
He would then have only accepted to treat him in order to gain his trust. I don't know. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katasak may have returned there. His Voglendyke might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it. They must have some stories to tell us.
And you think that they would have taken Constantine? Is that possible? Maybe he was in... But if you say... I know, a peasant...
Perhaps. However, let us be...
poison on my blade.
Colonials.
Desade.
Pardon my captain. What can I do?
I am looking for
A gov.
my cousin, his men, are to be found wounded.
Have you? We've had night. I wouldn't. I'm not crazy. I'm truly the region.
You do know.
How could you?
One of them was.
And they are.
Explain.
They were. We have yesterday.
And you didn't. You hear.
So the you can.
Why do I?
Cap, I passed by the...
The lost.
Her ex.
Her ex.
I'm cast. You have the foot alive.
A survivor.
He wasn't able. Our nurse wounded.
I am sorry.
I can't sick it. Anything else?
Concerning the young...
Did you see?
Not...
Really? This boy. Anything?
I need to be going.
I would very...
What are you doing there?
I know.
That is very...
What are you saying?
No, but I've been... I know long... And now that...
Do you know what...
Yes.
I see.
Were you able to conquer?
Yes, I...
Give it to me. We must...
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon.
And if he's...
Come back tomorrow.
Very well.
See you soon.
Hello, soldier.
Better.
Could you tell me?
We were both and we heard men were soldiers.
Constant
dozens of
flame.
There was practice. I came to. I thought I dragged my.
I'm going to.
You shouldn't.
That's. Yes. I'll have a word.
Excellency, thank you.
Please.
Did you learn?
Yes. He and his my cousins are strange.
One of those. They must have.
Don't apologize.
Like your free. Thank you.
I need to be going.
I would very much.
Hello.
Renaigse.
To speak to you about a soldier.
Let me.
You should calm down if you want the location. It's a fact. It would only.
Do you
Perhaps I only asked.
Very well. That night we went to the last, and many we carried.
He gave his this request. What? Examine him. We were told.
No, Donny.
That is the.
You may.
Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then, let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katazak bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon. We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little.
We had to at least try.
We've grown. Guardian is a rich.
The Anna.
It is a. It allows.
That would allow.
If what I.
Let's ask.
You are. Imagine. This is. When her. Since that.
That would explain.
You must.
Hello, Mev.
Renoy.
I've come to ask
my
cousin.
Truly.
He went. My cousin.
We examined
Fire.
But
This is why
we want.
What do you mean?
You let
that is
at least because are you and
what do you
opposed. Do not forget the vis because they asked for.
He didn't.
Where can
in
we?
Duren's.
Very well. Then we.
In that case, let's go together to the.
Very well.
recognize this weapon. It's Catasac's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Were you able to find the element?
Yes.
This is good. The moon is high. Katasach, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, ole hanamemen adestame haman. Daravridenan tahanemo quate grenfem, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan. Adat alamen kante bij dam en antelem vervraagd dan.
Catasach, help me, please.
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one, Renaigse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on.
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice.
Do you know where to look for him?
The kings and queens could tell me where they saw him for the last...
Then you must arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi.
Thank you, Mev.
Do not thank me. In order to satisfy my curiosity, All that remains for me to do is to pray that...
Farewell, Mev.
What do I...
I'm in need of your help. I was told that...
Some of us by different. He wanted...
Do you think he...
I doubt. Even if...
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing. I must go.
Dear,
Hello.
really? What?
I am looking.
You should. Oh, anything.
What can you tell?
When does day and any?
What can you tell?
And anything.
Tell me about.
She is the.
Goodbye.
What I want to say.
Tier 2 is the...
I'm looking for some.
If...
Would you know what...
His... This... Any...
Where is... Thank you for your...
Is there some...
What can you tell?
When we eat...
You must know the...
What he and him...
You seem...
She... But
Thank you for your...
Renaixi!
Might I do some?
I heard
It is within anything.
Goodbye.
Wow.
What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you? Give in! Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over with.
Listen, we're not alone. We should approach discreetly.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us. You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that,
can they do this? This is such a disgrace. Let's talk to them. I may be able to reason with them.
We could wait until nightfall to set free and avoid fighting these scholars.
Bit of poison on my blade.
But I recognize this face. Lady de Sardet, what a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
We've been looking for a woman. In fact, can you explain to me what...
Believe me. You see, we call them, and we see the savages. We discovered this woman to know. Let's just...
It's extreme.
She won't tell you.
Lady de Sardet, but she understands.
Have you already forgotten all? Without me, I took you for... You have made...
It is true.
No knowledge. Ugh. How are you feeling?
Better. But who are you?
We were told...
I wish. I wait.
You believe?
No. You say the Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north. Here is the entrance.
Is it
here? We
but
allow.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. A face.
Was that? But he...
These paintings are... This... If I...
Yeah, but
deep
for
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is... It's...
yeah,
but for what? In that... On this one wheel, do you... With all that we have learned, I just... I say, but I... No, please.
Am I the only one to think this woman's departure is suspicious?
I shouldn't have told her about Constantine. She must have thought we wanted to kill her husband. This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
I should have noticed that she did not trust us. Well, let's search. There must be another exit to this cave.
perhaps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier. Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly. This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. Vinbar.
Bit of poison
Finally. We've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here. Bloodied feathers.
They are extremely long. I know of no species of bird that sports such plumage.
Looks like Vinbar must have begun his transformation. He will soon become a guardian of the mountains. If we want to have any chance of... More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail.
You should not have come all this way.
And what?
But even no.
His pipe.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Over there, more feathers. More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail. We found the entrance to this... This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it is obstructed. He knows how to protect his home. A stone altar. It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
You don't just reveal the secret to your hideout, unless it were to the person you loved.
You are right. We need to find this Sarah. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village. Until I can find the missing seed, the passage will not open up.
find the missing seed, the passage will not open up. I need a bit of practice. Now that we have both seeds, the ritual should work.
King Vinbar! Why? Constantine didn't do anything. He has never sought to wrong your people in any way.
Like a worm he burrows. You are so naive. You cannot see with my eyes. Enol Milfrichtimen saw the wound. From atop the volcano, he warned me of the danger. Fed by bitterness, driven by desire, taking without giving, he will be the end of us all.
You have gone completely mad.
Take it! You are too blind, too renaixed to understand.
Leave him! That's enough! Free him!
I cannot. O source of life!
Free him! Oh, damn it!
should be able to release Constantine from his stone prison.
You're right. Let's... Constantine! Wake up, please! I beg you! Hang on. We are bringing you home to get you healed. Three days have passed since we returned. I need to go to the palace to see if Constantine has finally awoken.
You should get some rest. You're not being reasonable.
To hell with reason. I've rested long, and I'm well enough.
You've just barely woken from a stupor that had you on death's doorstep. The affairs of state can certainly wait another day.
Thank you, my lady, but I am amazingly well. You can take leave of me with no fear, I assure you.
He just escaped a deathly sleep, and here he is, ready to conquer the world. Your cousin is exasperating.
What now? Are you going to scold me as well?
No. I'm just relieved to see you're still alive.
I'm quite relieved myself, actually. Thank you, fair cousin. Without you, I would be dead thrice, wouldn't I? Or is it the fourth time? If we start counting the time you stopped me from climbing the ramparts of Serene, we'd be up to 5 times now.
It's unbelievable. You feel no pain whatsoever. And your complexion.
I haven't even taken a look at myself. Is the improvement visible?
I would not go that far. How is it that... What happened?
Don't make that face. It's merely a major miracle. Come on now. I'm going to tell you everything. We have been waiting for your return. I knew you would do everything in your power. I have always trusted you. But Katasak feared that I would not hold on long enough. He spoke to me about a ritual that would help me. I was excited about it, and in spite of all that has happened, I don't regret following him. We went to the ancient site, a place full of magic. I followed his instructions. And all of a sudden, what an incredible sensation. I felt better than I have ever felt, cousin. Alas, we had very little time to celebrate. Cries came to our ears, and beasts jumped all over us. We fled for a while, as other soldiers fought through, creating a path to join us. But I can see from your face that you know this already.
Indeed. Once on the ritual site, I followed your tracks and deduced what had happened. It seems that Vimbar...
I was still seeing, but there was...
Do you have any idea?
No, he spoke, but
Don't... Tell me more.
It is
Donate.
Just so what? A giant, like a... And now?
Yes,
oh, no.
And yet I have no... Good day. Allow your high. He went nothing. He was.
What?
You. I wouldn't.
We will let the children. I will.
Who has dead?
Eyes.
Who will win the vote?
It is if
there?
nobody can.
I must leave.
Qua awel.
To what?
I regret.
But what?
Glenn,
It will always.
there is. I would.
If you hit the
and where?
put.
Nothing. I must go. Now we've earned the trust of one of the pretenders. We just need to find that crown.
I hope you and your allies share the same ideas. Because once the crown is on their head, we will have to follow their course.
You're right. It's a decision that is more important than our quest for an antidote. I must dwell on it.
What are you doing there? Here lie those who fell facing the first invaders. And you dare enter and scatter their bones.
I did not come here with the intention of defiling this place.
No. You came looking for a crown of the High King, hoping to choose the one who will lead us.
Isn't that what you were looking for as well?
Yes, but I am not a Renaigse. I wish to lead my people to victory, and I have come. And so, or will you give?
Once the power, I know that you...
Sorry, Deirdre.
Someone more. Too bad. I have come.
Bit of poison.
Enough. I accept my defeat. Take this crown. I am not worthy to wear it, so it seems.
Indeed. So it seems. We will meet again at Dorhead Genador. Until then, Deirdre.
Poison on my blade. Then let's go!
I went into the tomb.
And now?
Yes.
Or do you wish?
Take it. I hope...
The Council is beginning to unite. It is time I left you. Thank you for having given me the crown. I will not forget your help. I promise you this.
Congratulations, but it...
But for meat, I will...
In 2 days?
I hope you have some cards or dice on you, unless you'd rather...
I'm glad to see you here, Karans.
How was your encounter with Enon Milford?
Very good. He was, but you even the...
child that was taken has returned, the flesh of my earth. You, by simply coming into being, have tangled the strings of destiny of all the other children. I am he They call en on mil vrienden. I have followed each of your steps since your arrival.
I hail you, Enon Milfrichteman. I have come to you to find a remedy.
A cure for the disease of a distant land. Her affliction was to be poisoned by her own children. Her veins rot in stagnant water. Her earth now bears poisoned fruit, and her children wither and die. And still it is those same children who can heal the lands, and with them heal themselves, if they only want it truly. They could be taught by my children, learn to give back in return, learn to heal. But for that, I must survive. I have seen by your side the shadow grow, taking form. Fed by the venom of intrigues from faraway lands, he spreads it today in my sap. To save his own life, he stole my strength, and that strength has driven him mad, because it is not made to be taken. He draws each day a little more from me, and threatens us all. His hunger has no limit.
I don't understand. Who are you talking about?
The one you call Constantine. You must stop him, or there will be no cure anymore for anything or anyone.
That's impossible. How could that be?
You must leave now. Someone has followed your footsteps. Someone has entered here without invitation. My children are waking and tracking. They will attack all foes. Flee, or you will be their victims.
I saw a man fleeing to Sanctuary. I should have warned you that you couldn't bring anyone with you. Were you able to get all the answers you were looking for?
Yes. He told me that the Malachor had appeared because of the way the Colonials have treated the Earth. It is actually some kind of poisoning, and it would be possible to cure it, but I'm not sure that I understood how.
Know that if we can help our allies, we will do it with pleasure. I am certain that the Donegada on the island will be able to help you make sense of what you heard.
Thank you, Ulan. I'll take some time to dwell on it.
You still look troubled. Does the fleeing man worry you?
No. I just learned a few things which I would like to verify.
I understand. For now, qua awalam seg karats.
Goodbye.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
My fair cousin, I'm so glad to see you. You are right on time. We have visitors, and your advice would be most welcome. Let me introduce you to the emissaries of the Bridge Alliance and Teleme. Seeing them both in the same room is rather surprising, isn't it? But please, Your Excellencies, explain to us what brought you here.
Sire, I have come to humbly request your help. We have been sustaining terrible attacks.
Really? Are the natives behind this again?
We aren't sure, but it is almost Governor Byrne is hoping that you could send him your cousin.
It would seem that we are in a similar situation. Our city has been sustaining terribly violent. Our Mother Cardinal is begging you to...
Dear allies. Knowing, however, the size of our troops has greatly... And regarding sending my cousin, she's already very... Without even mentioning the fact that what you describe fills me with fear for her life. No. I really don't see how I could be of assistance.
Constantine, we cannot remain deaf to the call of our allies. I'm sure I can find the time to go and evaluate the situation.
I would love to accompany you, but my people are being wrongfully accused.
Very well, my dear. You know I... But remember how urgent it is for this antidote to be found.
Don't worry about it. You know how important...
Well, this audience is coming to an end. I hope that you realize how grateful you should be to her.
Absolutely, sire.
May the enlightened always...
Constantine.
My adorable cousin.
I finally managed to enter the sanctuary.
How marvelous!
The sanctuary is heavily protected.
I remember you saying that Vimbar's death wasn't going... How did you fix this problem?
I had to interfere in the natives' elections and earned the trust of the British...
You really are an out... Tell me, who did you...
Ulan, the king of the village of Vignamri.
I'm certain that you have made the right choice.
I was able to enter the...
It had to be. Oh, how I end... What does he look like?
No. In fact, I spoke...
Fascinating. Did he tell you where the Malachor was...
No. According to him, we are responsible by exploiting the Earth's and the disease...
Strange. And
he says that the Earth can be healed. That his children know how to do it. He also said that by healing the Earth, we would...
This is a fascinating revelation. It won't be easy for... I'm afraid that even my father might receive it with skepticism.
Yes, something rather disturbing. He talked about you. He said his existence was in danger because of you.
Really? But that doesn't make any sense. I never hurt anybody on this island. Unlike our neighbors, I have never abducted or tried to convert islanders.
I don't think that's what he was referring to.
Cousin, please, you know me. I have made some mistakes. The only person who I put in danger is you.
Yes, I do know.
Forget about it, will you? This god manifestly wants us to pay for the sins of our fathers, and by sowing the seeds of discord between us, do you realize that you have succeeded where everyone else has failed? Is there anything you would like to do?
You told me that during the ritual with Katasak...
It's true. And it was I could see everything?
Do you still...
Yes. But in a more... The first time, it was... surreal.
The first time?
The first time it happened. Now it's as if I've become...
I must take my leave.
Take care.